Hi Green Belt. So today we are going to work on part B of your form. We are getting our stripe for excellence and courage. It's a gold shirt for a gold medal. And excellence is when you try your best and get better and better. Courage is when you do something when you're scared, like being brave, that kind of stuff. So we're going to start with excellence today. Here's what you're going to do. We're going to practice different moves from our form, and you are going to practice them and try to get better. Obviously, in order to do that, you need to try your best, right? If you practice a move really wrong, are you ever going to get better at it? No, you're just going to be really good at doing it really wrong, So you have to try your best in order to get better and better. So, first move you're going to start with is shoulder rolls. Now, if you don't have enough room to do shoulder rolls, I'm going to give you an alternative. Or you don't want to do it on the pavement because it hurts. I get that. So, maybe you want to do your shoulder rolls. Or, we are here in the form. Yeah. You're going to stand up, right, spin, chop, and then you're going to do your kick and your punch, okay? So right now we're not practicing the kick or the punch, but instead of that shoulder roll, you can go from here to spin, okay? So you don't have to do shoulder roll if you don't have enough room. If you don't, I want you to practice that. So I'm going to do it one more time, super slow. Short stance. And I'm coming into my feet. Step. Okay, one more time. Step. Okay? Okay. Ready, steady, go. Okay, the next one you're going to work on is those big circles. So they're actually called Chilsang blocks. They're in a lot of taste dough forms. So that's not what we call them. But the big circles works too. So you're going to get your reverse bow. So it's like a forward bow, except backwards. So all you do is straighten this knee, bend that knee, boom, you're in a reverse bow. So we're in our reverse bow. These hands start on our hip, do that big circle, like that, and then we punch. And then big circle, punch. So here's the trick. When you're already in that front stance for that punch, you don't need to move your feet, you just move your head. Okay? So you can't remember how to do a reverse bow. If I want to hit that way, I'm going to do my forward bow going this way and just turn my head. And boom, you're in a reverse bow. Okay? So that big circle, punch. Turn your head, circle, punch. Okay? So you're going to practice those. You're trying to get better, so I want you to make sure. Big circles, no little T-Rex signs. Okay, none of this nonsense. Big circles. Make sure you're in the right stance. Make sure your back knee's bent, your front leg straight. Make sure when you twist into your punch, you're in the right stance, you're in a forward bow, your front knee's bent, your back knee's straight. Got it? Okay, go. The last one you're going to work on is your pop front kicks. So, pop front kicks are different than pump front kicks. Pump front kicks, you switch kick. Pop front kicks, you jump up with both feet. Okay? Now, if you're really good at pop front kicks, you're going to get a lot of air. What's actually supposed to happen is your back leg tucks up like this. Protect your groin. So as you kick, your leg pops up. I'm not very good at that. I've been working on it. If you can get a lot of air on your pop kicks, you can add that pretty easily. You can't, it's something you get to work towards. I find it easier with side kicks, because I'm already turned this way. I find it easier. But we're working on pop kicks right now, so if you can, or pop front kicks. So if you can do that, that's fantastic. If you can't, that's okay. That is something to work on, try to get better at. And right now, I also want you to make sure that you're doing your front kicks right, okay? I don't care if your leg's up, if your front kick looks horrible. You know, if it's like a really bad front kick, and your leg's up, it's not like it cancels out, you know? You have to do a really good kick. And tuck your leg back, push the count, okay? So, if you're worried that your kick isn't great, practice those first. If you got that, work on tucking your leg back, okay? Go. Okay, so now we're going to work on AK7 Pt B. So, we're going to start. We're going to take a knee punch. We're going to stand up, block, in, step behind, shove, kick, land, kick, horse stance. I'm going to shuffle over, block, punch. Bend this knee, big circle, punch. Stay where you are, big circle. Hang on, I brought a mat out just for this reason, so I don't want to kneel on the ground. I say rips up my pants. Big circle, take a knee punch. Block, up, down, shoulder roll. So I'm going to do a spin. And then pop front kick, land, punch, ah. Okay, we're going to do it together one more time. We did just work on this one last month, so I'm thinking it's a little more fresh in your brain than part A. But this is, you know, a refresher. Okay. So we're here. Take a knee, punch. Okay? We stand up, block, step behind, chop, side kick, land, side kick, horse stance, block, punch, big circle, punch, big circle, take a deep punch, block, up, down, roller spin, pop, front kick, punch, ah. Okay, so I want to make clear, if you take class inside, like at karate, and like at the school, I mean, and I'm probably going to ask you to do the roll. It's not just like because you don't want to do the roll. It's for if you're doing the video, you're outside, you're in a lot of room, or you're inside, you're in a lot of room, you're on hardwood floor, or whatever, you can't do the roll. That's what that's for, okay? The roll's still in the form, it's just an alternative, okay? So if you take class inside with me, I'm still going to ask you to do the roll. Doesn't like avoid that. If you take a live class, I'm probably not going to say you can do the spin, because I'm teaching to the kids in person, but you can still do the spin if you don't know the form at home. That makes sense? Okay, so now, moving on. You're going to practice that on your own, going slow, make sure you focus on the details. Okay? And then we're going to do something else with it. Go. Alright, so now you're going to do your form again. Here's what's going to work. The screen's either going to say go or stop. When it says go, you just keep doing part B of your form over and over and over again. Okay? Making sure you're doing it right. I don't care how fast you go, as long as you're doing it right. Okay? So you keep doing that over and over and over again. And then, when it says stop, you freeze. Whatever move you're on. So let's say you were here. And you stop. Well, until it says go again, you practice these moves. Focus on the details. Making sure you're in the right stance. Making sure you're striking at the right target. Your hands turn the right way. All that stuff. Okay? So you do that move over and over and over again. Making sure you're doing it right. That way, when you're doing your form again, it can be even better. Okay? So you're practicing it the right way, so when you do your form, it will effortlessly be correct, you know? And be beautiful and amazing. So for this one, I'd make sure I'm doing my horse stance. Make sure I'm rotating my hand enough. And make sure I'm not going like this. And I'm going to make sure that I'm striking about temple height, because that's where I think my target is. Or if my target is at the neck, I'm striking there. Okay? Your target can be different than somebody else's, as long as you can justify it. Okay? So let's say I asked you why your side kick was, you know, this high instead of this high, or this high instead of this high. If you can tell me an actual reason, like, oh, I'm kicking the knee here because that way I can do the next move at the right height. If you have a reason, I'm cool with it. If you don't have a reason, you're just like, because I don't feel like it, that doesn't work, okay? But if you can argue with me why your strike is, like, that's the target you interpret it as, I'm cool with that, as long as you still do the form, you know, correct order and all that jazz. Okay? So don't worry about whether or not you're at the correct height, as long as you know there's a target there. So if I was doing this chop for the kick, and my chop's down here, I'm not really hitting a target. Or my chop's up here, I'm not hitting a target. But if I did it at my own neck height, I'd explain, well, I'm hitting at my neck height, because I'm hitting someone in the neck. We pretend our target's our size. Okay? So you are going to go through, do your form. Whenever it says stop, you do whatever move you're on, over and over and over again, until it says go again. Okay? You are practicing, you're making sure you have all the right techniques, and you're hitting at a valid target. Okay? Go. Alright, so next we're going to practice your self-defense, and we're going to do the whole thing today, because I feel like it. So, we're going to start here. Big circle, front kick, crescent kick, front kick, side kick, spin elbow, side kick. 1, 2, 3 step. Ah, yeah. Okay, now, if you're doing this with attackers, or whatever, I probably won't notice if you do the front kick, side kick, the opposite way than usual. But it just has to go like every other. So what I mean by that, notice how when the front kick goes this way, and then the side kick? I don't do something else that way. I do the spin elbow first, and the side kick is that way. Yeah? So if you switch directions, don't panic and feel like you have to start over and you did it all wrong. No, all you have to do is if I kick this way instead, on accident, or just because I don't do my spin elbow that way. I do it this way, and then instead I kick that way. That makes sense? That's because you're fighting off 2 attackers at once, okay? You don't want to ignore one for too long while you're fighting against the other one, unless they can't attack you, okay? So you're kind of like, you're spreading the love around. You're going back and forth, okay? We'll do it one more time together. 1 second. Maverick! Maverick! come here. He's on his run, and he's watching deep into the woods. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe you can see him. Maybe not. He's over there, I promise. On his green leash. And it's really long. And he decided that he's gonna try to run into the woods. It's lime green. I don't know why it doesn't show up on camera. But we're gonna do it one more time together, and then you're gonna practice on your own. Okay. Under our trouble. Here. Circle. Front kick. Crescent kick. Front kick. Side kick. Spin elbow. Slide step. One step. Two step. Oh yeah. Okay, so you're gonna practice that on your own over and over again. Okay? Go. Alright, so now we're gonna do the same thing we did before. In case you want an update, Maverick had seen a bird and he was trying to go after it. See, there he is now. He has a piece of string he found in the backyard. That's what he's playing with. Yeah, I saw a bird and his lead isn't long enough for him to go after it. So that's why he was standing out in the middle of the woods. Okay, so now we're gonna do your self-defense the same way you did your form earlier. Okay, the screen's either gonna say go or stop. You are doing your self-defense over and over and over again. Okay? And whenever it says stop, you freeze on that move, and you practice that move over and over and over again, making sure you're in the right stance and hitting the right target. Okay? So, I want you to practice this form on self-defense on both sides. So let's say I'm here. I'm going to start with kicking with my right leg, and then I'm going to kick with my right leg that way, right, and I keep going. Next time, I'm going to kick with my left leg. And then I'm going to kick with my left leg this way, and like that, and like that. So I want you to practice it both ways, okay? Because you don't know, maybe you can't kick with one of the legs one day, you know? I want you to use both legs, so you can be like, oh, Mr. Attacker, can you actually come on this side first? You know, can you actually have your buddy hit me first on the other side, so I can do this the right way? No. I want you to practice both ways, so you have both options, okay? So whenever it says stop, you freeze, you do that move over and over and over again, till time is up. Okay, ready, set, go. Alright guys, so that is all for today. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you soon. Bye!